Hello and welcome, my name is Britt from the Banana Diaries, and today we are making a super creamy and delicious vegan banana cream pie with the option of gluten-free. So to start, we're going to make the vegan pie crust, which you can obviously make gluten-free as well. I have a whole pie crust video that I'm going to link right above here, but it's so easy to make. If you wanted to, you could buy a vegan pie crust from the store, but honestly I think that making your own pie crust will just take this banana cream pie to a whole new level, and trust me, it's really easy. So right here we're just making the dough. It's just flour, vegan butter, a little bit of arrowroot starch which replaces the eggs in a typical pie crust recipe, and we're adding in the chilled water here along with maple syrup. You can absolutely make this pie crust by hand, but I find that the food processor honestly makes the best kind of dough, so definitely recommend using a food processor if you have that on hand. And as always, the full recipe is found down below, linked in the description box on the pie crust recipe. So this is what the dough should look like once it's all ready. It's basically like a thick dough ball that shouldn't be sticky at all, so this happens when you keep your water nice and cold, and this prevents any stickiness for the dough. Here I'm just forming the dough into a flat disc and refrigerating it. Once it's chilled, we're going to roll it into our pie crust. So I try to roll about 2 inches bigger in diameter than the actual pie dish. So I'm using a 9-inch pie dish here, so I'm rolling out about 11 inches in diameter. And you also want to make sure that your dough is about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch thick. If there's any breaking in the dough, no worries, you can easily just press that together. But the key here is making sure you're not stretching the dough. So as you saw, I kind of lifted the dough and scooted it down to the bottom of the crust. This will make sure that your pie dough doesn't slip when it's baking. Then we'll chill the crust again and then bake it. While it's baking, we're going to make the custard filling. So here I'm just heating up coconut cream along with maple syrup and vanilla extract. And then I'm going to take about 1/3 cup and pour it into a separate small bowl with the arrowroot starch or cornstarch. We're going to whisk this together until it's a nice thick cream, and this will prevent any clumping of the arrowroot starch or the cornstarch, and then we'll add it back to our boiling mixture. Then you're going to reduce the mixture to a simmer and then whisk together for about 7 minutes until the mixture begins to thicken more like a pudding consistency. Once the custard is thickened, we're going to remove it from the heat and allow it to cool. Then your pie crust should actually be done baking. So once the pie crust has cooled for about 10 minutes, we're going to add in the custard filling. Now I like for my banana cream pie to do custard, then banana, then custard, then banana. You can just use bananas on the bottom and then top it with custard, or you can do the reverse, whichever you'd like. I typically make my banana cream pie this way, so that's just what I'm going to show you here. Once your banana cream pie is assembled, then we're going to chill it for about 6 hours. That seems like a long time, but trust me, you're going to need it if you want to ensure that your custard is perfectly set. Once your custard is set, we're going to make the coconut whipped cream. Now here I'm just using full fat coconut cream like we used for the custard filling, and I'm just using the fat part, so I've actually chilled this can in the fridge to separate the water from the coconut cream fat. For the coconut whipped cream, you're simply just going to whip the coconut cream for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's nice and thick. And then we're going to add in the vanilla extract and a cup of powdered sugar. Now you can make this completely refined sugar free and just use the coconut cream as is. Coconut naturally has a sweetness to it, so it won't be very bland at all, like you're just eating whipped cream. You can also use a whipped cream stabilizer, which I've recommended some vegan brands down below in the link, so be sure to go check that out. Once your coconut whipped cream is ready, then we're going to pipe it onto our banana cream pie, top with more bananas and maybe some coconut flakes or shaved chocolate, and serve. It is so creamy and delicious. Trust me, everyone is going to love this, whether they're vegan or not. Full recipe is on the blog, linked down below. Enjoy!